Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, that is Science Unlocked. And as you can see over here, we will going to discuss our next chapter, that is Fun with Magnets, from class 6th Science NCERT textbook. Now the very basic thing about the chapter is that what is magnet, means how exactly can we define a material as a magnet. So the very basic aspect related with this definition is that over here we will going to say that this particular object, whichever we are calling as a magnet, will going to have a property which will going to either attract or pull any other material, which will going to have ferromagnetic property, just like iron, cobalt and nickel. Now the question comes is that what do we exactly mean by ferromagnetic property? Now this is the activation of the magnetism in a material. Whenever we will going to find any kind of magnetic property activation, we can say that it is the ferromagnetic material. So we will going to find out that these magnets are going to have two kinds of forces altogether, with which they will be attracting or pulling the other magnet. Now one thing that is to be taken care of is that when we talk about attraction or repulsion, this is with reference to magnets, means two magnets are interacting with each other, whereas when we talk about the force of attraction or force of pull with reference to a ferromagnetic material, that means over here one will going to be magnet and the other will going to be an object which have small amount of that magnetic property inside itself. Now in our day-to-day life we have multiple examples where we can quote out that these are the things where we can say that magnet is being used. For example, we have the magnetic closure button, then we have iron separator, then we have refrigerator doors and many more things that you can think about. Now the next aspect that we have in the chapter is with reference to the discovery of magnet. So over here we have a whole story related with it, where it is related with a shepherd named Magnus, who is from ancient Greece. Now what exactly happened is the person was moving on a hill where the iron end stick got attracted by a rock on the hill, and when the person actually took out that rock out of that whole big chunk of rock, the person found out that it is getting attracted or it is showing the magnetic force with other iron articles as well. So that is how the discovery took place. On the other hand, these rocks are actually made up of a mineral called magnetite, which actually initiates, or you can say generates, the property of magnetism in any material, just like iron and cobalt, nickel, all these things. Now what happens is whenever we learn about magnets, we will going to find out that we will going to have two categories of magnets on the basis of the concept that whether it is present in the nature or it is made by the human by doing various processes with the help of existing magnets and iron bars. So what exactly will going to be the scenario, that the different kinds of rock or the different kind of material that we observe in nature having the magnetite property or magnetite mineral inside it, which will going to be called as a natural magnet. On the other hand, we have artificial magnet which are made by human involvement. Now over here we have different examples, like we have bar magnets, we have horseshoe magnet, then we have different shapes depending on that what kind of requirement we have. Now when we are talking about the overall formation of magnets, we will going to find out that over here we have one specific aspect related with all the kinds of magnets, that is with the reference of polarity in them. That is, we will going to find out that whenever we will going to observe a magnet, it can be of any shape, we will going to find out that it will going to have two ends, two extreme ends, which will be considered as poles, where one pole will going to be south, on the other hand the other one will going to be north. Now it do have one relevance, that why exactly are we calling them as north and south pole and not as east and west. Like if we wanted to have some extreme points, we could have go for east and west as well, but we are not doing so. We are calling them as south and north pole. Now this has a relation with reference to the existing geographical north pole and south pole of the earth. So whenever we will going to suspend a magnet freely, we will going to find out that it will always and always going to point in the north south direction of the earth polarity. So as a result of that, we have started calling them as the north and south pole. So the one which was moving or which was pointing towards the north pole will be considered as the north pole of the magnet. On the other hand, the one which was pointing toward the south pole of earth was taken the name of south um, south pole for the magnet. Now the next aspect with that we have with reference to magnetic property is that we can define or we can categorize the different kinds of material that we have with reference to these two categories, that is, one is magnetic and the other one is non-magnetic, depending on the fact that whether a material is getting attracted towards magnet or not. So the things which will going to get attracted will be considered as magnetic material, whereas the ones which will not get attracted will be considered as non-magnetic material. And we have multiple examples. For magnetic we have iron, nickel, cobalt, and then with non-magnetic we have further examples like paper, wood, plastic, and many more things. So this was the first part of the chapter that we have completed over here. Rest of the part we will going to take up in the next session. So till then, keep learning and stay safe.